everyone. This is Dr. Evangeline Obi here to talk to you about breastfeeding. This is a breastfeeding month. Mothers, it is your turn to sit down and listen, holding your babies and learning how to nurture that gift of yours. Breastfeeding is a powerful nutrient for newborns and younger children. As they are growing, it helps the brain to develop. It helps them to grow physically, emotionally, all round. Good bonding for both mother and baby. I'd like to start with saying that breastfeeding is a natural gift that God has given women to their babies after birth. While pregnant, the breast is prepared. It gets more engorged. The milk, oxytocin, helps to contract the breast tract, the milk, and helps to release milk when it is time. Oxytocin is also the hormone that helps to cause the uterus to contract when it's time for the baby to come out. And it continues to do the work to help to contract the uterus. As you breastfeed, it increases, and some women may notice some contraction that helps to return the uterus back to normal. So the breast is prepared with the right amount of milk, the right amount of hormones to help the baby and the mother to be emotionally stable. And some of the benefits of breastfeeding, both for the newborn and also for the mother. For the newborn especially, breasts provide all the necessary nourishment for their body, both in terms of the quantity, the variety, right amount, and also in terms of being at the right time, always readily available, and also right temperature. You don't have to get up to wash bottles or add water. It has the right amount of fluids, vitamins, the right amount of protein, antibodies to help your baby. So it is fully loaded and prepared to help your baby get all the need. Especially the first few months. Lactation educators will tell you exclusive breastfeeding the first 6 months of birth is the most important. However, children are different. Some may get 2-3 months and they say no, they don't need it. Some may continue for 1 year, 2 years, or thereabout. And it is what they need. It's not only to nourish them, but also the bonding with their mother, who is there, who saw them grow in utero and is helping them outside. So breast milk has everything. You don't have to spend much money. Just eat healthy, stay well hydrated, eat the right amount of vitamins, proteins, calories, so your baby can get it from you at the right amount of quantity and the right temperature and time without wasting time washing or heating things up. It reduces, the second benefit is immunity. Not only is it loaded with antibodies to protect your child from common illnesses like upper respiratory tract infection, GI infections like diarrhea, even necrotizing enterocolitis. Breastfed babies are less likely to get that. It also protects from skin rashes, unnecessary skin diseases like eczema, because all these are from allergens in some processed food they sell in formulas. So, and that's why children, once we start adding baby food at 6 months or thereabouts, they start having a lot of skin things because these have irritants in them, some of them high in chemicals that are not suitable for the young body of the baby. So breast milk has antibody that protects children from infections, and also even obesity, reduces the rate of obesity, childhood obesity. When children are well fed, they kind of takes it and grow with it, and they are less likely to be obese, unless, as they grow, if you start introducing them to the wrong food, of course, their body will respond. Also, it protects from cavities, unnecessary high fructose formulas and other processed food out there will put them at risk for cavities, but breastfed babies are less likely to have that. The other benefits of breast milk, breastfeeding, besides the nourishment, the immunity, is the physical and emotional bonding. This is a benefit both for the mother and the baby, as the mother sits in a quiet place, pays attention to the baby, and the baby also looks at the mother when he or she is suckling. That's a great thing, a beautiful thing to behold. The bonding can never be matched with anything else. It is beautiful. That reassurance, that trust that, hey, this is my mother, she feeds me, I enjoy it, my baby likes it. It helps reduce the rate of postpartum depression in mothers and helps the children, helps to soothe the babies, keep them calm and less irritable. So breastfeeding is very good. It shields both mother and baby from a lot of stress. They bond and they trust each other and they know they are both okay. That is very helpful. And also for the mother, it helps reduce the risk of certain cancer, breast cancer, ovarian cancer, endometrial cancer. It also helps reduce the risk of osteoporosis. It helps reduce the risk of abnormal sugar metabolism that leads to diabetes or even high blood pressure, as it reduces stress, reduces anxiety, depression. It reduces the risk of high blood pressure and also high cholesterol and other cardiovascular diseases. It helps also maintain weight because, like I said earlier, the oxytocin that is released help cause contraction, return swollen tissues back to close to its normal size. So women who breastfed has been shown to have less flabby uterus, abdomen than those who did not breastfeed. But anyway, of course, management also helps. If you eat healthy, exercise, and use the right things to hold your organs, they will not be flabby. So breast milk is both beneficial, not just for the baby and also for the mother. What are some of the things that could make breastfeeding difficult, make a mother who has carried a baby not want to breastfeed? One of the most common reasons is reduced breast milk production. Some women have challenge with that, and most common cause of that is anxiety, especially with new moms. They want to make it right, get it right, have the right milk, feed the baby. But in that anxiety and stress of being a new mother, the milk letdown process is lost, because milk letdown is neurologic circuit where when the baby suckles the nipple, impulse is transmitted to the brain sends back impulse, releases oxytocin, which helps contract the breast and release the milk. That's a milk letdown reflex. And when you're stressed, that impulse is malfunctional, milk may not flow well, and they get frustrated and stop. Or maybe due to, I would say, selfish or reasons best known to them. They don't want the breast to sag. They don't want any the baby coming between them and their partners. They just want their own time, or they just have to return to work. So these are things a mother should plan ahead when pregnant and expecting a baby, so you make time to be able to breastfeed. And one thing I've noticed that many organizations are doing is have lactation room. Even in the airports, I was surprised a few months ago. I was traveling from Florida back to Maryland. At the airport there, they had a lactation room. It is a very beautiful, quiet place that a mother can go in with the baby and breastfeed the baby. These are very important because the place to feed the baby has to be comfortable. For both the mother and the baby to enjoy that process of breastfeeding. And once that environment is not available, it disrupts the breastfeeding time. And if not done at the right time and at the right place, the breast milk production starts to go down. Even at workplaces, some organizations now have a lactation room. So mothers are given time, a few minutes to go and pump If somebody brings their baby, they can go and breastfeed their babies. So all this, the more you breastfeed, the more the breast fills up and be ready for the next feed. But if you reduce the times of breastfeeding, then the milk starts to dry up. So feed as often as the baby wants it, and as often as the baby is comfortable taking it without getting too much and speeding up. So feed the baby enough, switch from one breast to the other intermittently, allow the baby to burp before you go to the next, and make sure you're relaxed and comfortable so the milk can flow down. And make sure one other important thing is stay very hydrated. Stay hydrated, drink warm things to help the breast milk flow. And hydration helps the milk flow. It reduces the chances of babies struggling to get the milk, causing cracked nipple that makes it also difficult to breastfeed. It is a very painful experience. So when you're hydrated and milk flows easily, everybody is happy. Also, when you're hydrated, your baby doesn't have to struggle and chew on your nipple, and also everybody is happy, like I said. And some people have retracted nipple. This is something, if you're a woman and you know you have it, start milking your nipples, start expressing it while pregnant to get it to come out so it's not retracted. Your husband can help you, or your partner can help you massage it so it pushes out and is not retracted, because when it's retracted, the baby cannot latch well. When you're feeding the baby, make sure baby latches well. The whole nipple and the areola should be in the baby's mouth. That way, there is stimulation to cause the milk let down reflex. If the baby is just chewing on the nipple without getting to the areola, it might also cause the breast milk to decrease. Other things that causes reduction in breast milk production is, besides the stress and poor nutrition with less hydration, is medication. Some medications can cause the milk production to reduce, especially when women start oral contraceptive pills. If you're using the combined type that has both the estrogen and the progesterone, that can cause your milk to drop. So if you're breastfeeding and need to be on an oral contraceptive pills, use the one that only has the progesterone. That one would not impact your breast milk production as much. So these are things. Again, another benefit of breast milk is that it is cheap. It is almost free because you still eat the way you normally eat, but you're able to feed your baby without having to spend money buying all those formulas that have not just the milk in them, animal milk maybe, but also have other chemicals and things that your baby may react to. So it is cheap, it is nourishing, it has antibodies to provide immunity, it is readily available, right temperature, right time. Breastfeeding provides physical and emotional bonding. One thing I want people to know is that there is something called breast milk jaundice and breastfeeding jaundice. When your baby is feeding, you should monitor that your baby is gaining weight, your baby is growing, your baby is making adequate wet diaper, pooping okay. If your baby is not making adequate wet diaper and you believe you're breastfeeding well, baby may not be getting enough breast milk. May just be working on chewing the nipple and not getting the milk enough to nourish the body and cause the baby to grow and make adequate urine. So monitor all those things, the growth of your baby and the urine production, and that your baby is soothed and happy. If the baby is still irritable after feeding, maybe not getting enough milk, especially if you're an older mother and less milk production. These are cues to help you. You have to do something on time so you don't put your child at risk for breastfeeding jaundice. Breastfeeding jaundice means the baby is not getting enough milk. and as such, there may be blood cell breakdown, child is not growing well, and there's high bilirubin, and child gets jaundiced. These are usually seen in the neonatal stage of growth. The other type is the breast milk jaundice. Breast milk jaundice is when the content of the breast milk of the mother is reacting with the baby, and the baby is making antibodies against it, causing the baby's blood cells to be lysed, broken, to release bilirubin, which causes the baby to be jaundiced with yellow eyes, yellow skin, if you pay attention. So that's breast milk allergy. It's different from breastfeeding allergy, which is reduced breast milk during feeding. Okay, so mothers, pay attention to those and make sure you understand it and know when to ask for help. So pump breast milk if you start working, if you have to work. Pump milk and leave at home. Pump at your work. Make sure it is clean environment to protect your baby from external contaminants in the food. And even when you introduce baby food at 6 months or thereabout, make sure you're introducing them one at a time so your baby gets used to one before you go to another. So if your baby starts showing some reactions, maybe be it skin rash or diarrhea, that you know what you just introduced to the baby and you can withdraw that. So there are tips to making sure your baby is well and you are well. It's all about wellness. And this is from Ministry Wellness Center, all about wellness for everyone, our community to be well. Thank you.